I'm thinking this is gonna be my breakfast today. So we got a typical morning. Dan is in the freezer. I'm eating my breakfast, responding to comments. Divina woke up from her nap. Today is Daniel's off day, which means he's not drinking coffee, so I'm making some pu'er tea for him. And a question for you fruit eating people out there. How do you get rid of fruit flies? Like, I had a little fruit fly trap, like this was leftover kombucha I think, and or beer kombucha something, and a paper thing, so they were stuck in there and couldn't get out. But it seems like no matter what I do, they just keep coming back, and I don't want to just like not eat fruit because they're there, but they're just like, I can't let my watermelon sit for like a second and they're just all over it. So I would like to know what you guys, if you have any tips on how to deal with fruit flies. And also, I don't think this lighting is great. We're gonna go anywhere for this eclipse thing because it seemed a little rushed and just not in the flow. So I don't think we're gonna do that. We're gonna stay at home, and I guess it gets to be a day where I get to do laundry because I need to change her sheets. And Araya has her little thing on her neck that she scratched on, and this is how I caught her. She's sleeping in this bed, and Divina's sleeping in here. Naked. Naked. So I don't have her in the bed or in the couch because despite how much I love them, I'm such a clean freak that I cannot handle all the hair. And I don't want to wash my sheets and clean like every day, which I would essentially have to do in order to keep my sanity. So sometimes at night she sneaks in here when we're not watching, and those are one of the reasons why I don't want that, Araya.
You're making my bulletproof pu'er?
I am.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Look at this thing.
You want to take a walk with her?
She's got like a little, no, it's still there.
A little nub?
Yeah.
I'll look at it later when she's a little less resistant.
Like right there. Some weird mole thing. We took it to the vet and he was like, yeah, you can take it off for $400, or you can just, you know, let her be, and it'll probably fall off eventually, or she'll do it herself. So we're like, yeah, let's just let her do it. But then you have listings. And yeah, so anyways. So maybe I'll actually go buy a can opener today so I can get my beans. Now that we're not going, perhaps I should just soak some. Actually, let me go ahead and do that. Black beans. How'd you get that thing up on your arm? She likes this thing. Oh, maybe not on the arm. Come on. But because it makes like a rattle sound, I got it off Amazon, so I couldn't tell you where I got it. Probably just look up wooden teething ring. You like that? Yeah. I'm curious if anyone has actually made it through the Secret Teachings of All Ages, because that is that's a different kind of beast. I started on it and then I was like, whew, we need a break from this one.
And if it's not on audio, who's gonna do us the service and read it so we can get it on audio?
Yeah. Maybe I'll make a video going through all my favorite books, because I've got a lot of good recommendations. If you don't want to actually read them, you can always just listen to them. These are the Bose soundproof.
Oh, yeah. Promote Audible, please. And my book on Audible. Promote, I feel alive.
Let me just put you here for a second. Bose and Audible, and I think I forgot to turn these off. See if there's even battery on them. No!
What?
I don't think there's any battery because I forgot to turn them off. I'm just gonna take this time to just, you know, be present and not Not be on the phone.
You don't want me to get...
Here I am so busy with my Instagram stories that I forgot to vlog, but we just got this shirt for Divina. How awesome is that? Forever wild, my little rumbling moonchild. What?
I'm gonna get a tea.
Okay. Okay. My little moonchild. Oh my goodness. I love when she does this thing with her feet. It's seriously just the cutest thing ever. Oh. Oh wow. That is a long tongue. Oh
That's good, because I actually had a short tongue when I was her age, I think.
Alright, so we're home, and that was an epic, probably around 4.5 mile walk or something, and I am sweating. I am gonna make a green juice, and then I'm gonna clean up, shower, and see if we can get to the pantry today. 2 of these. At this point, I'm sure you got this recipe down, but one of these, or 2, depending on the size. You know you got a good organic lemon when you can actually peel it. Thank God for the farmer's market. One of these. One of these. And today we're being extra fancy and we're adding dandelion. Oh, and of course ginger. Oh. And 2 of these, like, whole things. Alright, kitchen is cleaner. We're getting somewhere. You can see the table again. It's clearing up, it's clearing up. Except for that thing. Hi. I spent the entire afternoon cleaning and still haven't showered, and I feel like I've been wearing the same outfit every day for like this week. And no pantry video today, just saying, because we're not gonna get around to that. Plus Dan just left and I'm hungry. I really want to shower. I want to figure out what's for dinner, and I'm doing laundry, changing sheets. One of those days, you know? And I feel like the saying, you know, when you're doing something you don't want, you're robbing someone else from their job. I really feel like that's true, because I'm like, I don't want to be cleaning right now. Like, I could hire a maid and she would get paid, she would be happy, and I would be happy because I could do something else. That's what we're gonna do next time. But the last maid we had, she broke a couple of things and put them, like, didn't put the stuff back right where she found them, and I'm very OCD and picky about that stuff, so alright, baby time. So, mom life happened, as it tends to do, all day every day, and my kitchen is messy again. But it's time for dinner, and I haven't even I didn't even get to shower today yet. Still on my to-do list. It is almost 7 o'clock, 6:54, and I'm losing track of my thoughts here. Yeah, anyways, mom life. So since I cooked so much rice last night because I was gonna make rice and beans, which didn't happen, and I was like, I'm gonna try and see if I can open this can. I like that shirt on you. Why don't you wear that more often? Look at him. Who are you dressing up for? Are you going out?
I'm going for a walk, maybe.
Oh.
I'm here for you.
Trash can. Okay, so I soaked the beans this morning. I don't know what time, and I was like, screw that, I'm just gonna cook them. So I'm cooking those now, but they won't be done till like an hour, and I was like, ain't got time for that. So they're just cooking. Maybe I'll enjoy them tomorrow. But I have all this brown rice that I cooked yesterday, and so I was like, what can I do with that? A little more dry than I want them to be, but I thought, why don't we make some sushi rolls? So I also didn't have as many greens as I wanted, but we got cucumber, carrots, spring onions, avocado, bell pepper, and some sprouts. And then I baked some tofu in this stuff and some coconut aminos. Never done that before, but I think it turned out pretty well. I didn't want to fry them. I kind of wanted them to have more of a dry texture, so that's what I went for. And that's gonna be today's dinner. So let's see if we can do this. This rice is actually extremely dry, so I don't know if it's gonna work. What's happening? I might try and put some of this curry salt in there. I don't know how that's gonna work, but we'll see. One thing with these things is I tend to snack so much in between that I tend to be full by the time I'm done with these. But use a little water or some sort of liquid to close this up so that it actually sticks and doesn't fall apart when you roll them. And that's it. I remember the first time, batter dying, what a classic. The first time I had sushi, a girlfriend made it for me at home, and I was like on the verge of, no, I was not on the verge of gagging, I was gagging. Like the taste of that nori sheet was so foreign to me that I was like, I could barely even stomach it. Like I was so sick that evening because it was so, this is not something I was used to, and it just tasted, I thought it tasted horrible. But as with anything that I eat, if I eat it like, if I force feed it to myself like maybe 5 or 6 times, I think that's where the climax happens, then I'll start liking it. It's like, it's so weird. There's so many things, and I don't know why I do that, because if I don't like it, why don't I just leave it? But it's like, some things I'll just force myself to like, such as sushi, which I'm really happy about, because I think the seaweed is healthy for you, and now it tastes good. But man, it was like, shit, I forgot to put tofu in that one. So, I'm just cooking for me and Dan, okay? I can be messy. I see that some of you have been leaving comments wanting longer vlogs, and I'm really happy to see that, because sometimes I feel like there's so much I want to share, and I'm like, should I just share it in a vlog? Should I make a specific video talking about this subject? Should I, yeah, how should I go about this? And if I end up talking about certain things in the vlog, then they just tend to get really, really long, and then I'm like, it's also not what I want, and you know, so it's good to know and good to hear that you guys want them long, and maybe I should just allow myself to ramble as much as I want, even until the battery dies, and that will be my cue. So while we're making dinner, and while this battery lasts, today's topic on my Instagram story and post was that a lot of self-help gurus and coaches and a lot of people in this field, I feel like, are shoving this idea down people's throat that you should have a dream of your own, you should be like a go-getter, a girl boss, like independent woman, or even if you're a guy, like just go have a dream, follow it. If you don't pursue your own dream, then you're gonna end up working for someone else. And I'm like, that's like a lot of pressure, and I imagine even for guys, like they should be like the masculine. Well, battery died. I almost feel like it's like someone saying, ah, shut up already. Just kidding. But I think I was saying, especially for guys, I feel like it can be a lot of pressure, but even for women. And it's such a shame, because so what if you end up working for someone else's dream? You might not be one of these people that have this like, oh, this is what I want, I'm gonna build my business, I'm gonna do this, and it's gonna be like, I want to be a health coach. Like, everyone is a health coach these days, everyone is a entrepreneur, everyone is, I mean, I can give my grandma advice and I'll be a coach. Like, it's like, I feel like it's turned, at least where I live here in this area, if you can draw a stick figure, then, I mean, then you're some like high-end designer and whatever. And I'm like, yeah, just because you gave your best friend a piece of advice, don't you like automatically throw you in this coach category. And I don't know, I guess I have a little bit of resistance to this whole that whole world for that reason. It's like every time I open my Facebook, which I rarely use anymore, by the way, it's like, oh, you gotta have a dream and you gotta do this and that, and I'm like, that's great, but that person that has that great dream also need a team of people to help build that dream. And that's where the other people come in, the ones that maybe don't have a dream and is working for someone else's dream. And I'm like, what's wrong with that? Like, I don't know. It could, I mean, obviously this is just my interpretation, but from how I experience it, that has been a lot of it. And now I'm not saying like, just go work at Starbucks and like something that I imagine you don't really want, but find someone, if you don't have a big dream yourself, or at least until that happens, find someone who has a dream that you would like to support, and do whatever you can to try and become a part of that dream. Like, what can you do to support that? And anyways, this came up because Dan and I were talking about wanting an assistant, and potentially for the Breaking Normal brand and whatever, this movement, and wanted someone who is good with photography, videography, who can also do like personal assistant stuff, and just be multifaceted, is that what it's called? And a lot of the people that we know that would be really qualified for this are just, seems like they all have this idea of, no, I want to build my own brand, I want to do this, I gotta stay focused on my own thing. And sometimes I feel like it comes off a little bit like that's because that's what you think you're supposed to do versus what they actually want to do. Does that make sense? So I guess my point being, maybe there's one of you guys out there thinking that you feel obligated almost to have this idea or dream or desire, and I'm here to tell you that that's not really necessary. You don't need to have your own business. You don't need to do anything you don't want to do and hustle and grind, because I don't really think that's how things happen anyways. I think if you can find something that you're really passionate about and you share that with the world, then you're gonna be rewarded in one way or another, even if that's not financial in the first place. Like, yeah, it's gonna come. Like, it's inevitable. That's just how the world works. If you have a gift, share it with as many people as possible, and you will be rewarded for it. Maybe I should just make this into like a talking cooking show, huh? I feel like it's important because I think it's the reality for a lot of people that they want to have this dream and they feel insecure about supporting someone else. And I'm like, teamwork makes dream work, people, okay? Everyone is needed for a different role, and it's important. Even if you're not the one with the grand plan, you are important for assisting. Even if your job is to run to the post office and mail something, or go pick up coffee, you're supporting something really big. And it's not like, yeah, I feel like, I guess that just came up for me. That is really important. No matter what you do, if you're supporting a great cause, then it's important, even if it's just getting coffee, because you're supporting someone else in doing their genius, which then supports the rest of the world. Does that make sense? Now I feel like I'm just rambling. And you know what? I forgot the sesame seeds too. And the oven is still on. Come on, Ian, keep it together. Keep it together. You can do it. You can do it. I don't have any wasabi. When is someone gonna create a healthy wasabi? Seriously, all of them have like yellow and blue coloring in it to make that green color, and I'm like, it can't be that hard to make a healthy version. Just add some like spinach juice or kale juice or something. It can't change the taste that much. Horseradish is so overpowering. But I feel like that's one of the health products that are just waiting to be created, because I haven't found any healthy wasabi alternatives, and if you have, please let me know, because I'm definitely missing out on that one. I would love a healthy version, but yeah, I would like someone to take action on this wasabi idea. I added a little addition to the dinner here, which is just my typical tahini dressing, which you've probably seen before. If not on my video, then probably someone else's. I feel like everyone and their vegan grandma is eating this. A tablespoon of tahini, squeeze the lemon juice, and some coconut aminos, and water till it has your desired consistency. I thought about putting some hot sauce in here to make it like a spicy version, but then as I tasted the hot sauce, I was like, not tonight. So this is just a combination of soy sauce and coconut aminos, and I really wish I had some wasabi, but I don't, so dinner is served. And then I was like, ooh, why don't I cut it up? Well, because you use day-old rice, that's why you don't cut it up, because it's basically just too dry to stick together. So Dan is gonna have to eat in burrito style, because he is basically just like a big child when he eats, and no. So enough sushi talk, and just enough talk in general, I think. Let's just say hopefully the vaccine video will be up before this one, and I'm gonna get around to that pantry video. Oh my goodness, there's so many videos I have to make. Not that I have to make, I get to make. Another word choice, word switch, if we're gonna play that game. Seems like maybe we should make that into a nightly ritual. Just like last time when I said, oh my god, I look beautiful. You know, I caught myself. You don't have to do anything. Let me just repeat that. You do not have to do anything. And you might say, well, I have to go to work so I can make money, so I can pay for rent. No, you don't have to. You get to, because you want to live where you're living. So if you want to live there, you get to find money to pay for it. It's not like you have to, because you have a choice not to live where you live and go live somewhere else. Live with your parent, live on the street, be homeless if that's what you want to. But you want to live where you're living, I imagine. That's why you're doing it. And so you get to do the things that make you capable of doing that. So you don't have to do anything that you don't want to do. You get to do it. Just consider that for a moment. I'm sure some of you are gonna have examples of things that you have to do, but when you really narrow it down, everything is a choice, which means there's nothing that you have to do. And I think when you start to switch that, just that little thing, then you basically take responsibility for your own situation, for your own circumstances, for whatever it is that you find yourself in, because you get to do those things. Whereas if you're saying, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that, then it's much more of a victim mentality, and no one wants that. It does not create abundance and happiness for either you or the people you surround yourself with. So just consider that. Are there times where you find yourself in this victim mentality of, oh, I have to do that and I have to do this? And I mean, I've been there, done that, but now we're switching and upgrading our language, because we create our reality with our words. So what do you get to do? Maybe you get to go to school tomorrow. Maybe you get to do homework. Maybe you get to drive an hour to do something. It's not, you don't, I understand the how easy it is to just say that you have to do things, like you're sick and you have to take medication. No, you don't have to. You get to, because you probably want to live. Let's say it's a deadly illness, God forbid. I pray that that's not your case, but just an as an extreme example, you get to take medication or eat healthy because that's what you get to do, because you want to live, you want to be healthy. You don't have to. So anyways, those were the examples I could come up with, and I'll let that be my nightly, what do we call this? Encouragement pep talk for you. Your guys' sweet messages really just make my day. You melt my heart. I don't know if anyone took the time to read the comment that was on, that I posted on my Instagram story, but if you did, oh my god, you guys. Sometimes I wonder, like, do I even want to keep doing what I'm doing? Why am I vlogging? Why am I rambling? Why am I doing all these things? But then I get messages like that and I'm like, oh, you guys, that's why I'm doing it. And then I keep going. So thank you. Even though I don't get back to all of you, just know that I really do read them.